Is it possible that one of these three things is causing your organic marketing to suffer, making it harder or close to near impossible to get clients from social media every single week? Be sure to stay tuned. This is episode 169 of the Client by Client podcast. Let's get this thing started. Hey, what's up? Jeremy here from whatupjeremy.com, back with another episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in today. In the last episode, we took you from coach to CEO. You see, there's a massive shift that must happen in your mindset if you want for your online business to have the kind of longevity where you're able to create and impact so many different people by creating new success stories, by creating more than just a fine living for you, for your family, for your loved ones, or to have the experiences that you are after from being an online coach. And so the biggest shift you must make is from just being your online coach and just being an online coach to becoming the visionary and the CEO of your business and, quite frankly, your life. And so in the last episode, I shared with you 4 different perspectives that the coach is going to have and how to level those up and look at things from a deeper, more high-level perspective as the CEO and as a visionary of your online business. Be sure to backtrack one episode, and been loving your guys' feedback and thoughts on that, specifically over on Facebook. That's an episode you most definitely don't want to miss. Here on today's episode, is this causing your organic marketing to suffer? I want to talk about 3 things, one of which might already be on your radar. These other 2, I think, are going to cause for you to look at what you're doing on a daily basis and to go through it with a fine comb so that you can eradicate these actions or these thoughts and replace them with the right things that are actually going to get you clients every single week or month. The first thing that might be causing your organic marketing to suffer is focusing on posting or just showing up enough on social media and not focusing on conversations. There is this mindset that we talk about here on Client by Client about how we do not focus on vanity metrics and how everything starts with conversations and everything comes down to simply how many conversations are you having on a daily basis? How many calls are you booking? Will determine how many clients you end up getting and how much money you end up making, and then also how many lives you end up impacting. It is not enough to just show up on social media. It is not enough to put out good content and to sit back and think and hope and pray, which aren't great strategies in business, that clients are going to come your way. And so what we must begin to do is engineer at every facet of your existence online when it comes to your business is, how is this driving conversations today? What kind of conversations is it driving? And then furthermore, looking back, tracking it, reporting your key actions, commandment number 2, and understanding and getting grounded and present with how many conversations did our actions create, did the content create. It must also be stated that you don't need content to create conversations. You might have people already in your phone book that are worthy of reaching out to one-on-one and having a conversation with, that could result in a booked call or just a client in your text messages and in your DMs or in your email sent box, which is a lot of opportunity for a lot of you. You might have an email list, you might have a Facebook group, you might have previous clients. Your only focus is, when it comes to social media, how many conversations is this making and is this driving? And if you can just look at it from that perspective, you'll be far better off than most online coaches who are posting out of ego and are posting because they see other coaches do it. Whereas when you understand the point of your content, which is to create conversations from both inbound and outbound, the picture gets a lot more clear for how you're going to actually hit your revenue goals this month. And just for some clarity, while we're here, inbound, I mean you post your story, you post your video, you post your reel, you post your blog post, and it yields comments, people sharing their thoughts, also maybe commenting a word that you tell them to throughout, at the beginning or at the end of your caption or your posts or your videos. You offer a guide and you say, comment this word like PDF or guide or download for your free copy. And now you have people in your comments or people DMing you those words that you can send those free assets to, and then follow up with them 24 hours later at minimum and ask them if they're looking for some help on whatever subject you coach on or whatever subject that PDF, that guide, that video, that training that you sent them over is. That's inbound. When we talk about outbound, if you are posting content consistently and it is resonating with your market, you're gonna have a couple things. You're gonna have likes or reactions. You might have shares. You might have comments with those insights and thoughts. You might have people who reach out and say, hey, that resonated a lot. Now that is your chance to go into that data. Who liked it? Who shared? Who commented? Who viewed it? And to reach out to those folks and say, at minimum, thank you. At maximum, say, go to their profile, look at them, see if they're a viable person that you want to work with. Do they fit the physical profile of your perfect dream clients? Are they posting about things that you help people with? And to find opportunities there, and then to, in truth, reach out to them and say, thanks so much for your engagement. I was looking at your profile, and I'm looking for a couple new success stories this month. I think you might be perfect. Are you interested in some help? Do not do that 10 out of 10 times, but if you do that 1 out of 10 times, you are going to get clients this week from that strategy. Little bonus help there. Second, you don't have one clear path to get clients. It might seem like from the outside, that you should have all of the things that your favorite coaches that are far ahead of you have. You should have a way for people to put calls. You should have an evergreen webinar. You should do a weekly or a monthly workshop. You should be on all the social platforms. You should have a LinkedIn page that's popping and a business profile on Facebook that's really good and curated, a Facebook group, an email list, closing people by the DM. But if you fall into that, you would be very far from correct. The truth is, you don't need any of those more than you need just one of them to be working with you. I am personally indifferent to that one that you set up, but there is a order of operations that if you follow has the higher likelihood and the highest likelihood of leading you to success, which is getting a minimum of 3 clients a month and then turning that one path into 3 to 5 clients minimum a week. The issue is that you have so many different things and so many different options that even you are confused, let alone your prospects. And so you don't have any clear way or strategy to promote any one of those things. And because you're always checking and because you're always chasing the next shiny object, the only funnel, the only path, the only pipeline that's working is the one that you're currently launching right now. And so you stay focused on it, and yeah, you get a client or two. But then at the end of the month, or when you're looking at revenue, you're wanting new clients, you don't know exactly where to go, what to do, or what to optimize. And until you get one clear path that's optimized from stranger on the internet to high ticket paying coaching client or service client or consulting client or speaking client, you don't have any other work to do. Your only job right now is to make one path work. If this is a new concept to you, then I want to ask you, what one funnel is the one that you're going to focus on for the next 90 days, just to get you going down that way? 3, 2, 1, what is it? Okay, you said it in your head, awesome. You're going to need to focus on that for at least a year to optimize it. To go from people raising their hand for your guide or your free video training to then you having a conversation and booking a call and then mastering those things of like, where does the drop-off in convos happen? Where does the drop-off in inviting people to a call happen? Where does the drop-off happen and why aren't people all coming to your strategy call? And then where's the drop-off with why isn't everyone buying at the end of your sales calls? And when you have so many different options, it gets really murky for where to start and where to optimize. And so you're left confused and chasing the next shiny object because you're a doer, which is awesome, and because you implement, which is fantastic. But we need to really focus you in on optimizing, on implementing, and on doing the right things in the right order at the right time for enough time. And then when those things are optimized, creating systems so you never have to be spending that time inside of there again, and so that these things bring you and yield you clients and money on repeat. Lastly, thing number 3, if you've gotten some value and insight, a reminder, maybe some inspiration at this point in the episode, I invite you to take a screenshot, post this to your story, tag me at WhatUpJeremy. I'd love to return the favor by sharing you out to mine. And that helps both of us reach more people and to share this client by client methodology and viewpoint on how to run your online business and how to change the world. Lastly, thing number 3, for what is causing your organic marketing to suffer. We talked about focusing on just posting content and not on convos. We've talked about not having one clear path for people to go from stranger to high ticket paying client. Lastly, thing number 3 is you're not making it easy is you're not making it easy for you to show up every day on social media. You're trying to make content that's far too polished, it takes way too much setup, it takes way too much equipment and gear, or you're not doing any of those things because you say you don't have the perfect camera, and you don't have the perfect thing, and how are you gonna edit it? And you're putting all of this resistance up around you when it comes to showing up online. But the fact of the matter is, if you have a cell phone and an internet connection, and that cell phone with the internet connection has a camera on it, which like this one in my hand has 4, I bet yours has at least 2, then you have more than enough to just every single day not overthink it and to show up for a minute and talk into the camera and to talk about your market's pains and problems and invite them to take the next step or invite them to think about things in a little bit of a different way. And if you just do that on story, you can then send that to Instagram and Facebook and anywhere else that has story if you so want. But if you want to optimize one clear path, focus on one platform. So post that to just your Instagram or post that to just your Facebook story. And then work on that every single day so you get better and more articulate and more enthusiastic and build in more of your character to talking about those pains and problems while simultaneously not waiting for just inbound leads to come in, but by getting active and by creating value, by offering that value to new followers, to people who comment on your stuff, inviting people to comment on your stuff in the comments, in the content that you're creating, in the stories that you're posting. Take those stories, I can't talk, take those stories and turn them into reels. And then remix those and edit those as extra credit. But until you start making it easy and clearing the path out in front of you for you to show up every single day, it gets really hard to be consistent and to be looked at someone and be looked to by your audience as someone who is a leader, who is an authority in the subject matter, and when they find you, have this gut feeling about them like they were led to you for a reason, and that they already feel better about their problems before they've even reached out because they know someone has a handle on it, and they're just one step away, whether they're consciously or subconsciously, most often, thinking or feeling about this. And then when you do land in their inbox and you do say thanks for following and you do offer them more value, it becomes a slippery slope. So people stop taking 90 days to reach out for you. So people stop taking, and your prospects stop taking 90 days to reach out to you, and instead they find you, and within a week they're booking a call, or within a week they're already thinking about your products and services, and within a week or 2, you have more paying clients. And then those ones who've been following you for 90 days, half a year, 2 years, you continue putting out things talking about those pains and problems and following up. And in doing that, you put yourself on a far better path of getting clients consistently with your organic marketing. In the next episode of Client by Client, optimize these 4 pillars to succeed in business. Whenever you are ready, here are a couple ways I can help you get clients consistently. First, download your free copy of GetBooked CRM. Coaches, are you still managing your leads and pipeline from Instagram DM, Facebook Messenger, your email inbox, LinkedIn connections, your LinkedIn mail? Well, you're losing leads in the cracks and leaving a lot of money and clients on the table every single week and month. That's why I created GetBooked CRM. What started out as a free and simple way for me to manage my pipeline and turn prospects into clients has quickly become a favorite tool of my private students and many members in the Leverage Coach community, which I'll tell you about here in a second. To download your free copy of GetBooked CRM and to get leads and turn them into clients in half the time, just find me on Instagram at WhatUpJeremy and send me the letters CRM. Second, join my free group for online coaches. I've got coaches, business owners, authors, speakers, and experts from all over the world, all implementing my methods, strategies, trainings, and resources for starting and growing an online business and getting clients consistently. To get your free invitation and to join us in the Leverage Coach community, just find me over on Instagram or wherever you're getting this show and send me or comment the word group. Lastly, become my next success story. Probably the best way that I can help you and the fastest way that I can help you to get results. Every month, I get a couple coaches together to implement my methods and frameworks for injecting a minimum of 15K worth of new clients, or if you're an existing business owner, doubling your client roster over the next 30, 60, 90 days. But I'm very particular about who I work with. So only respond to this if you are a relationship-focused business owner who always puts the clients ahead of the money. You've been working with clients or growing your online business for at least 6 months to a year. You would like to get a minimum of 3 to 5 clients every single week or month without wasting money and time on paid ads. You have at least 300 friends on a social platform, email list, or Facebook group. You are willing to take bold, inspired action because you know that your success depends upon it. And last but most importantly, you can keep a secret. That's who wants you to grab your phone right now. Give that Instagram app a tap. Do a little search. Find me at WhatUpJeremy if we're not connected already. Give me a follow. Binge on some reels while you're there. And when you're ready, I want for you to message me the words case study. When you do that, I'll ask you a couple questions about your online business and about your vision for the next 12 months and going into 2024. Then I'll share with you what we have coming up this month in the program and what we can do together with my help. We'll also talk about my proven track record over the last 10 plus years of helping business owners get clients consistently on the smartest, most proven path with organic marketing. And then I'll share with you what we have coming up, and we'll also identify what part of the program will likely make the biggest impact on your business and life the soonest. That way you know what to expect. For all the details now, just find me over on Instagram at WhatUpJeremy and send me the words case study. That's it for this episode of Client by Client. Thank you so much for tuning in. See you in the next one. Cheers. Jane, what's up? Thanks for being here. Super appreciate you guys. Thanks for the likes and the reactions. Means a lot. Even when I get them when I'm not live, it just warms my heart. Thanks guys so much. If you're getting this on LinkedIn, be sure to share this with your connections, or at least drop what your biggest insight from today's episode was, or maybe a thought that could even further help people implement. I know a lot of smart coaches and business coaches follow this show over on LinkedIn. If you're on Facebook, give me your reaction. Leave a tip below. Share with us what it is that you coach on. If you are on YouTube, you can subscribe and get the wrong one. You can subscribe, and you can also hit that notification bell to be clued into all the upcoming episodes. You can get the latest episodes of the podcast right here, along with all episodes in the playlist ready for you, and a little bit ahead of what the stream gets over on podcasts and Spotify. Thanks so much for being here, guys. See you guys back again tomorrow. Cheers.